Heathlands at home. So it's Helen here and I have another recipe for you this week. We're doing something really rather simple but absolutely delicious. Now the important thing about this recipe is to make it you'll either need a food processor or something like a NutriBullet, which I will show you in a moment, or if you have a stick blender. Sometimes they come with an attachment which has got like a little pot with a blade in the bottom. You could also make it in that. But basically you need something that's going to emulsify everything together. So that makes it kind of chopped up really quickly and it makes it smooth. So what we're going to make today is hummus. Now hummus is made with chickpeas. So I have 1 can of chickpeas here. Now, the other important ingredient in hummus is this. This, if the camera will focus on it, is called tahini. Now, tahini is made with sesame seeds and they're ground up, but all the lovely natural oils and everything are left in with it as well. Now, if you look in there, you can see it's like a pale paste. Now tahini you can get, I know for sure, in Morrison's, in the kind of Whole Foods kind of healthy section where you'd get things like gluten-free products. Now if you don't have tahini, what you can do is you can substitute it with smooth peanut butter. Now that you can get everywhere. So other than the tahini and the chickpeas, which are our 2 main ingredients, we've also got some garlic, some lemon, we're going to juice that, we're going to add a bit of salt to taste, and olive oil. Now this is a catering jug of olive oil, because I'm filming this at work at Heathlands. So I'm going to decant a little bit to make it easier to measure out. So what we're going to do is we're going to set everything up and we'll start making our hummus. Okay, so we're all set up and ready to put everything into our NutriBullet or food processor, whatever you're using, to make your hummus. So the first thing we're going to do is take a sharp knife and cut our lemon in half. And we're going to juice our lemon. So you give it a good hard push down on your lemon juicer. Now this one, very handily, has a special little lid that catches any pips, so we don't have to remove them. So that's 1/2 of our lemon done, and we'll do our second half. So that's the juice of a lemon in there. We're also going to use either 1 large clove of garlic or 2 small ones. We're just going to crush them with the base of our palm of our hand, just lightly, and again using our knife we're just going to cut off that little root end and remove the skin. So crushing it makes it very easy to take the skin off, because the skin on garlic can be quite sticky. So that's all the prep that needs to be done. So now we're going to assemble our hummus. So we've got 1 can of chickpeas that goes into our NutriBullet or food processor. We need 4 tablespoons of tahini. So I've got a measuring spoon. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you're making this with peanut butter, you might want to maybe only put 3 tablespoons in, because you don't want your hummus to taste overly of peanuts. So that's our tahini. The next thing we need is to put our garlic in. We need to pour our lemon juice in. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So that's the next one up, I think. Yeah. And I'm using sea salt here. So that's 1/4 teaspoon. We need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and as you can see I've decanted it into a little jug to make it easier for me to measure. So that's 1, 2, and then the final thing is we need 1/4 cup, which is an American sizing, 1/4 cup of warm water, or that's about 60 to 65 millilitres. The recipe will be written up in your book, so you can follow it from there. So that goes straight in. And that's it. So we're going to put the lid on with the blades, and then I'm going to take this over to where there's a plug and you can see it being mixed up. So we've moved over to where the plug socket is, and what we're going to do now is we're going to blitz up our hummus mixture. So for my NutriBullet to get it to work, all I do is press it down, and it's quite loud, so I do apologise. Now sometimes you have to give it a bit of a shake to get things to mix up properly. Now I don't know if you can see, but some of the tahini's sticking to the side. So what I'm going to do is open this up, and with a silicone spatula just kind of get it to mix in. But that is pretty much there, I think. I'll give it one last mix and then I'll give you a look. Okay, and that is all there is to making fresh homemade hummus. Just splattered a bit there, but hopefully if I bring this up to the camera you can see it looks exactly the same as you would buy in the shop. So what I'll do is I'm going to transfer this into some little ramekins. And I'm going to add some different flavours just for a bit of fun, and I'll add a photograph with those instructions at the end of the video. Hope you've liked this one, guys. Bye!